This video is part of the Puzzle Advent Calendar, a huge collaboration between a lot of different YouTubers and puzzle designers, where we're bringing you 24 daily videos from December 1st to 24th. This is the 8th video coming out on December 8th. Make sure to go into the description to see who's uploading the next video and check them out. Subscribe to them so you don't miss the next video. And once the collaboration is over, there will be a playlist of all the videos. Now, yesterday's video for December 7th was actually about a puzzle of mine, but the video wasn't made by me. It was made by DG Cubes, and it was on the 2x2 Evil Twin, which I very highly recommend you watch before continuing to watch this video. This puzzle is the 2x2 Overhanging Cube, at least the first type of it, and it kind of plays with the idea of creating a 2x2 where some of the pieces interfere with each other during turns. There is no internal bandaging on this puzzle. All of the bandaging is external. Normally, when you create a 2x2 from a 3x3, you extend the corners symmetrically over where the edges and centers would have been. And that means that, well, you have a 2x2 since none of the pieces interfere with each other. On the 2x2 Evil Twin, I symmetrically extended the corners either over all of them or none of them. But on this overhanging cube, it varies. Some of them are actually cut symmetrically, but there is one axis where it isn't symmetrical. And my goal with this was to create something that is more scramblable than the 2x2 Evil Twin, because the 2x2 Evil Twin as a puzzle isn't very hard simply because you can't scramble it a whole lot. So I thought that reducing the external bandaging would make for a more fun puzzle. So we'll see whether or not I succeeded. I will briefly show you how I built it. So you can see here that I've printed and finished removing all of the supports from the pieces. So all that's left to do now is basically to just glue this layer to the mini Ishin 2x2 and then this layer to the mini Ishin 2x2. And then after that, all that will need to happen is stickering. So let's get to it. I've got half of it done here. You can see that it's slowly taking shape. So now it's time to glue these pieces to become the second layer. It'll be something kind of like this, I guess. Yeah, something like this basically, which isn't actually that bad. This puzzle kind of is turning out much smaller than I thought it was going to be, which is a nice perk. I have finished gluing the puzzle together. You can see that it turns on all three of its axes. This is one of them. This is the other one. It's a bit catchy, but that'll break in. And then this is the last axis. What I just noticed, and I think is really cool, is that when you make two of this move, you can see that this turn is kind of blocked. You can't make it. But it's still in its original shape, and I think that's really cool. And of course you can still make this turn, although to what end? To that end. Yeah, like already this is like much more it's interesting, but already this is much more scramblable than the 2x2 Evil Twin, which I thought I had here, but I guess it's not on my desk right now. But already, it's much more scramblable than the puzzle that looks like this. Because, like, you saw all those moves that I just made. Like, you can do that on a 2x2 Evil Twin. And my goal with this puzzle was to make something that has the same concept as the 2x2 Evil Twin, but is more fun because, well, you can use it more. Can you make this turn? Yeah. How cool is that? But yeah, so I'm gonna put some stickers on it and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, so now I think it's time to scramble this puzzle. I don't know if it's going to be scramblable to a similar level that the evil twin was, or closer to this, where it's a real 2x2, so you can make all the moves. What I suspect is that it's going to be closer to this puzzle, but my hope is that basically I'll be able to scramble this enough to the point where it's not just the same moves over and over again like with this puzzle. I hope that it'll actually be more scramblable. So I don't even have a strategy or anything. I'll just kind of see what's available. However, one thing that I did notice and that I find kind of interesting is if your first turn is this layer, then no matter how many turns you turn it by, the other moves will still be available. And that's because I think this is the layer where it covers the middle, which is interesting because that means that these are maintained at half distance. But that's enough theorizing. Let's try scrambling it. Now, the thing about this puzzle is that you kind of have to guess and check regarding what moves you can actually make. So I am going to take this off camera and see if I can get more scrambled than this, because at this point I haven't really scrambled it that much. Like, it's only a few moves away from being solved. So I'll get back to you when I've determined whether or not this can get more scrambled. Okay, so sometime later, this is what I have. It is a scrambled state where all three of the axes actually can turn. You can turn this one all the way, this one, and the top layer, which I think is actually like really cool. I did not know this was possible until I actually got into this situation. The only thing is, I know I made some of these overhanging turns to get here, but I'm not sure exactly how to get out of here. Like, now I have to actually find which overhanging turns get me out of this scrambled state. Alright, so I've gotten it to the point where these two corners need to be swapped and turned, but unfortunately the normal algorithm is blocked at the second move. So I'm gonna have to actually find some kind of way to do this. So I believe I have just a few moves left until I solve the puzzle. Let's see. And the puzzle is solved. Honestly, at first I thought that it was very limited in terms of the positions it could reach, but that solve was really difficult. So I'm actually satisfied with how it turned out. I'll play with it a bit more, and if I really think that it's fun enough to be sold, then I will try and have it posted onto the shop. Either that or I'll try finding a new variation. But that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.